or zeros and commas in my bank account in the morning. Big round of applause for Christine. Commonly, I go participate, I actually, I have one of my team members that participates in the grants, mastermind with Christine, and it's been incredibly valuable for our company, and especially as we are rebranding and starting some new things next year. Having that clarity and having the SBA loan or SBA subscription has been incredibly valuable for us as well. So make sure if you've got any questions about brands,
with no
here all
slides.
weekend,
The slides are
running
left.
tonight.
This one I completely wrote 3
Take
weeks ago.
advantage of the program before the price goes up. In addition to applying for grants and getting your business set up for success, and get the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. I have shared so many stages with Albert. We can't even count them anymore. We've traveled all around the country together, speaking on a lot of the same stages. And a few years ago, my husband and I moved from Denver to Florida, which happens to be a hub zone and happens to have some different benefits as a business owner. I was incredibly fortunate to partner up with Albert, and part of his business structure, his CFO in a Box program, you actually get an address, a physical address that you can start and run your business out of down in Hialeah, Florida. So that was one of the incredible bonuses that is included in his CFO in a Box package. But when it comes to getting your business taxes, keeping more cash flow, I can call Albert at any time as one of his clients. And he's just so wicked smart. He's so giving. He's been in this space for so long. He's forgotten more than we'll ever learn. He's become Uncle Albert to me and my family. And I hope he will just take a lot of notes. He's going to give you a ton of great information. Again, he's going to also be here over the next few days, so you can talk to him about what it takes to keep more cash flow in your business, make money while drinking coffee. He's the original guerrilla marketer of Florida. Let's welcome Albert Corey to the stage.
Thank you, Angel. Hello. Just going to do me. Tomorrow you'll see my real slides that we have set up. So my name of my new talk is, are you making more than you're spending? Okay, it's very simple. Are you making more than you spend? I'd like to thank Bill Walsh and the Power Team for putting on this amazing event. The people who put it together, event staff, from you for showing up. Let me tell you a little quick story. And Angel was with me. Well, she was before me. But thanks to Bill, my business probably went up about 20% in the last 6 years. But here's what's something else that you're never going to get. There's an ROI that you can't really, it's intangible, I guess. Is that the right word? Is that the right word? But tangible. Because the intangibleness of coming here is you're going to meet amazing people that you're going to become friends. What's even cooler is every time you come, you get closer to somebody else. Like my Canada, which when we're in Vegas the last time, and Tanya. So the point is, it's worth showing up, and we're going to show you how the IRS will pay for it because it's moving your business forward. How's that a concept? So will it be okay if I tell you my story? See, today you see me on stages, but in 1882, I graduated University of South Florida, and I couldn't get a job. There was nothing. It was Jimmy Carter era if you're old enough. So I started working with my parents. I had a motel. Until one day, Mom comes knocking on the door, says, Albert, yeah, come to my office. I go, why, Mom? You owe the IRS. I go, owe the IRS? Yeah, you owe the IRS. And I asked her why, because she says, I'm an employee of the business, and you got to pay taxes. Back then, I'm a Lebanese parent. My dad came from Lebanon with a suitcase, and my mom's parents came to Massachusetts, where I was born, in the 30s. So she knocks on my door, and she says, you have to pay the IRS. So that put me on a mission to figure out the why. And that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. I then told my dad, Papa Joe Corey, hey, Dad, we're going to be rich doing tax returns. And then I don't know if you're from a foreigner immigrant family, but basically in Lebanese, he said in words, this is a family audience, you're blank and dumb and stupid. Who in that blank is going to come to you? And I ain't the blank and bank. Tanya would know the words. So I can't say I'm here. So that said, okay, I have to start to go learn it myself. While working at H&R Block, where I started working, somebody comes up to the front desk and says, will you come to my house and do tax returns? The manager, sure, no problem, $500. So I said, $500? They're only paying me $4 an hour. I said, ding, 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 this is going to be start of Corey & Associates Accounting Advisors, which now we've been in business for 40 years and served over 156,000 clients. So today we're also going to show you our class, CFO in a Box, is what we've been teaching our clients for almost, well, over 40 years, 156,000, 45,000 business owners. Because when I started, nobody had my back. You know, even when Angel called me, some of you people here, if you have, let's take a little survey. Tomorrow you'll see my real PowerPoint, but, you know, I like being me. So let's take a little survey. How many of you have your own business, small businesses? Okay, very cool. Keep them all up. Let me ask you another question. How many times when you have an issue, Kurt knows because he texts me and calls me, and Angel, sorry, I'm putting everybody in the spot here. But how many times we have an issue with something, can you call whoever your business coach and text them and say, hey, Albert, or I have an issue, what do I got to do? I can tell you, because I've been doing in this space now for about 9 years. I mean, most of the people, a lot of people in the room here, I don't have those issues with. I can call them, they're all my friends. But everybody else you call, they're going to say, give me your credit card or we're not talking. So what happened with me is that there's nobody here. That's why we started CFO in a Box, to make sure you're going to have somebody to talk to. So one of the first things I did right away to get my business going is you have to invest in yourself. Okay, how did I invest in myself? Well, I took the H&R Block class, which was $241. I spent $100 on a community newspaper that I got 12 clients that stayed with me for over 40 years. Not bad, right? And then you had to go put the effort. If you put no effort in, what's going to happen, everybody? You ain't going to get no money. So I want to put the effort where on those first 12 clients, I got 12 clients, and I put the effort in. So some people say, well, Albert, why do you spend money and why do you do all the startup stuff? Because sometimes in the beginning, the rate of return on investment is going to be negative. Mine was about negative 10%, but I had those clients, 4 of those clients out of the first 12 I've had for 40 years. How's that for spending $200 back in 1985? Right? So you have to start investing yourself. Because if you don't start believing in yourself, nobody's going to start believing in you. So what happened one day, I had this customer. Raise your hand, have you ever done a DUI project, do-it-yourself project? That, right, once you did it, all of a sudden you get into trouble, you have to hire somebody else, right? Yeah, we all know that problem. Well, I had this one customer who came in who sold pants online. He had a $375,000 ticket from PayPal. So what happened was, so I go do his tax return. He then gives me a piece of paper. It looked like spaghetti on the wall that he just put it haphazardly. When you did over 45,000 clients, business owners, I know when somebody really took the time to do it. She just put anything. So I did the return. Exactly what he said. And then he owed $30,000. Well, obviously, when I told him $30,000, guess what the words he said? He said, oh man, Albert, what? He said, then I asked him a couple of questions. Do you know your cost of goods sold? Well, I don't know. Do you know, how much it cost? All your expenses, shipping, handling, tape? Oh, I don't know. So then I told him, if we do a bookkeeping project, you're going to get this all down. So it's okay. So he finally agreed to spend the money on the bookkeeping. And then because we did the bookkeeping, we got it down to the penny. He then went from $30,000 down to $4,000. Pretty cool, right? Because once you know the numbers, good things are going to start to happen. And the funny thing is, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. You got to know the numbers. And here's something else I want to explain to people here. Raise your hand. Anybody has any real estate, multifamily, any of that stuff here? Say yes. Well, here's the trick that some of my clients came up to me that I had to clean them up about. So when you have a multifamily business, apartments and houses, especially if you're like me, I have a bunch of houses and condos, you treat each one like a little business on its own. And so you got to know the numbers. As you know, every section, you're going to know what you're going to pay. So then we start to do that. So did you know, it's not always about the bottom line, right? The world is not always about the bottom line. There's other things more important. Well, tomorrow you're going to see my slideshow. And my slideshow, you're going to see my cute little granddaughter. She's still in my phone. That she dressed up as Mickey Mouse and she was the cutest kid in the park. So life is not always about the bottom line and how much you deposit. Because with my family, we just went on my 65th birthday, we went whitewater rafting with my kids. We went to Stanley Cup playoff games. We just had a week at Disney campgrounds, which is probably the most exciting thing in your life. But guess what? And it takes your wallet real fast if you ever go there. But what will start to happen is you have to make profits. Because if you're not making profits and making sure all your numbers are correct, you can't do anything. So did you ever do a project that kept going on and on and on and on, right? Well, that's the same problem when you start doing your own QuickBooks. QuickBooks, it says it takes between 5 and 10 hours a month to do your own QuickBooks. Do you know that's equal to? That's equal to almost 5 days. If it takes you 10 hours, because some people, it takes time by the time you download it, you look at it, put it in, analyze it. It could take you 10 hours. That's equal to 5 days of your life. 5 days of your life. But you could be working, you could be doing something else or working on your business. But the really trick is why you got to get somebody with QuickBooks and know what you're doing is because you have to know, in the beginning of the month or in the beginning of the year, you might say, oh man, I'm doing well. So you might want to start putting money aside. Or maybe you're going to have a winter season that it's slow. So you might want to put money aside. Or I had somebody call me up yesterday when I was walking that he goes, Albert, guess what? It's close to the end of the year and I'm making $100,000. What do I do? So I told him, go invest in yourself and let the IRS pay for it, right? Because why should you overpay? So today we're going to have a CFO in a Box course. There's a couple here, my Sylvania family, right? She took my class, right? My 8 weeks. Did me and my team develop a good project for you? She'll tell you. And I got clients here. She's shy back there. It's okay. So our CFO in a Box class, when you work with us, let me ask one little question. I want everybody to close their eyes. Now, what would happen if you could save between $3,000 to $5,000 a year? Now, times that by 5 years. How much money would you be saving? Right? Now, okay, now you can open your eyes. Now, ask me, do you know that's what you could be doing if you had the wrong person doing your tax returns? It's costing you money. It's costing you money if you don't have somebody that can answer your questions. And trust me, Angel will tell you that there's a bunch of times, I'm not picking on her, she called me, right, Angel and Jay? That little episode a couple of days ago that I was out somewhere, but I always take care of my clients and friends, that will tell you. And I've saved them thousands of dollars by knowing the address. So our CFO in a Box class is, we're going to review 2 years of your tax returns. We go over it. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I've worked with every kind of business. There used to be another saying, guys, but I can't say it here because there's another Christian audience I used to get into trouble for. Come in the back, if you sign up, I'll tell you the other word. But I've worked with kiddie actors to truck drivers to lizard ranchers and everything in between. So there's not a lot of businesses I've never worked with. So we're going to review your tax returns to see if we can do anything. And you might be able to have to do an amended return so you can save some money. And here's another thing you're going to get when you work with us. You get to use my office as your corporate office. Well, why Florida? Well, Florida, because we have no state income tax. So if you live in Florida, Nevada, or Texas, it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to tell you why my office does in a minute. But everybody else, there's state income tax, and it's very expensive. It's cheaper to use my office than to pay the $800 renewal to California. That I can tell you for sure. So here's a quick thing that nobody doesn't always realize. That, you ever heard of a company called Walmart? Well, guess what? Walmart's in all 50 states, correct? Well, the biggest thing I hear all the time, oh, Albert, we can't use your office because I'm in California. And they said, we ever heard of Walmart? The IRS doesn't care where you're located. They just want their money. So if I can save you money in state income tax, God bless you. Why you want to donate to these states with no problem? And here's another reason why I will tell you for a fact, do not use your house in your business. That's a no bueno. No. If you're in Hialeah, Florida, like I am. And my office is a real office building. You can Google Corey & Associates, 1800 West 68th Street, Suite 118, Hialeah, Florida, and you can see a real shopping center there. Trust me, $5,500 a month rent says it's real, so I know it is. I write that check every month. We're also going to review your tax returns, but if you sign up today, I got a great bonus. How many of y'all like a great bonus? Well, a CFO in a Box class, we give you an 8-week live session where you come on for an hour. The next one's starting on January 8th. And we have classes like learning how to bank like a boss, because I can tell you if you have the wrong bank, it's costing you money. The wrong address is wrong. We're going to show you how to get up in the world, and plus 8 other classes that you're going to go over. If you can't make it, it's no problem. It's an on-demand, so you can go in our WhatsApp group. You can go and listen to them. We'll soon have everything in one package area, but we're still working on this. For 8 other things. We have an 8-week course. All that for $1,500. I will guarantee you, here's another resistance I get from everyone. Well, Albert, I got my own accountant. Fine, that's great, that's wonderful. But will he answer you questions if you need help in your business? I'll guarantee you no. I will guarantee you, if you have an accountant and you ask them, I'm going to go to Bill Walsh, UWC, okay, is that a tax deduction? He might ask you 14 questions. I'm going to say to you, is it moving your business forward? What's the answer? Thank you. Ding, it's a tax deduction. If you have a baby buying Pampers, is it a tax deduction? Here's one I bet you'll never realize. If you walk your dog during the day, could that be a tax deduction? Maybe if you're like me on Facebook and Instagram, walking the dog, and talking, and you can get views and get people to notice you, the answer is yes. So that's what you get. Tomorrow I have a full slide presentation for you. We're here. CFO in a Box will save you money. It doesn't matter. Here's another one that I want to tell people. Raise your hand if you're just a W-2 employee thinking about starting a business. Anybody here? Come on, you can all raise your hand. Guess what? You need to start that business mañana, tomorrow, if I said it wrong in Spanish. Because guess what? If you're thinking about doing something in a business, it's a deduction. Okay? Paying everything here, you can write it off because you're trying to build your business. So I would tell you that $1,500 to cost in your program, I will guarantee you, and I will give you your money back, because guess what? If you listen to my wife, I don't have to really be here, guys. Angel will tell you, I got a kick butt business. I could be sitting on my patio, right? Watching football playoffs game, and I am here today. So I got more time, or am I out? Am I done? I'll be in the back. I'm here all weekend. I'm the Power Lunch Gold sponsor, Platinum sponsor. I did everything Bill has said to do over the last 6 years. So anybody have any questions, comments? I'm here all weekend. I like to talk a lot. And my gift in life is I try to make people laugh first. Right? Anybody knows me, right? Do I make? Yes. Any other questions, comments? I guess I'm getting the hook. We're here, and we'll get you started. CFO in a Box. And if you want to save some money on your tax stuff, I'm here and I'll get you started like that. Thank you. Oh, wait, I didn't give you my free gift. Sorry, because I didn't have my slide. So if you want to have 8 gifts, everybody take out their phone, 8 gifts, you can have your profits almost instantly like that, and get our bi-weekly newsletter with systems and processes. We helped our clients for almost 40 years put money in your pocket. Everybody take up your phone. Come on, everybody pick it up and tax profits. Profits to profits to what number? 26786. You'll be on our list. I'm here all day to get you signed up and to start putting money in your pocket instantly and smoothly. Thank you, everybody.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Any of you who text the word identity to 26786, so I forgot to turn it on, so it didn't work. So if you want a freebie, please text identity to 26786, and you'll get it. I apologize for the confusion. And it was so funny because when I looked